Welcome back, everyone, to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. We're returning back to Strider to tell him about our successful jaunt in the Old Forest and the Great Barrows, and Aragorn is out. Alright. Maybe the innkeeper threw him out for some reason. We'll see. Alright. Parliament, where's Strider?
One thing drives out another.
Oh, hello there again. I was so busy that I didn't see you. But there's never a moment's peace here, if I may say so. I was so worried that he'd sour my beer or letting Mr. Underhill and his friends to go off with that ranger. Why, that would be Mr. Gondthon, of course. They say he's a wizard or some such, and I'd say there must be something to those tales, for my beer's never been better. He was so pleased, and begging your pardon, but I do run on sometimes. Gandalf said to send anyone looking for Strider up to his room. It's up the stairs just beyond Strider's room. Alright, so we'll talk to Gandalf. Or Mithrandir, I presume he means. And when I go up to see Mithrandir, what is the daily present? And I'll just avoid. Well, at least I can't accidentally hit the gold this time. Scroll of perfect crafting lore. Well, alright, suppose if I get some materials to make something of appropriate.
Why do you disturb me?
You are lost, or seek me with intent. By the look of your eyes I gather the latter, though I also sense you sought another. Strider, perhaps? Then we have both come too late. Our mutual friend has left, bearing with him a terrible burden. I am Gandalf the Grey, a friend of Strider's. If he set you to a task, it could not be much less urgent than his own. Tell me of your tale, and I will deliver it to him. So, Angmar rises. It is a grim news, but I am not surprised. Nevertheless, I cannot turn aside from my own task, for the fate of Middle-earth hangs upon it. This burden I place upon you in the name of the free peoples of Middle-earth. Hinder the Witch King's plans, if you may. Whether east or north, I bid you good fortune. Farewell.
I need your assistance.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see. +4 fate or +11 might? I think I'm a Rune-keeper. Guess which one I'll do. You have done much good for the people of Bree-land, but the shadow out of Angmar spreads far and wide. I have learned from Gwahir the Windlord that another of my order has found the corruption of the Lonelands east of Bree. It may even be related to the dangers you encountered in the Great Barrows. Unfortunately, Radagast is given to wandering and will be difficult to find. Mithrandir is complaining about someone who wanders. Right. I will ask you to enlist the assistance of the Rangers in finding his location. There is one here in Bree-land, Saradan, who will be able to help you. Head out to Bree through the west gate and turn to the north along the Greenway. Seek Saradan and his cabin to the east side of the Greenway, across from Thornley's work site. Of course. Very well. Now the other quest he has is for a free trip to Rivendell, which I am not inclined to take at the moment. But if I ever need to get a quick trip to Rivendell, or if I plan to do the quest chain that involves it, which means doing
How may I help you today?
some 3-player instances, then I should. I don't need a. I think I know how to do a skirmish well enough not to need a field trait manual. Circlet amend. Yeah. I don't think that looks particularly good. But anyway, we have now completed book 1. So let us finish up our little time in Breeland by closing out the quests that we have here. Then we could start to worry about book 2. Alright. There's a horse pulling a wagon in Bree. Now that's a scene I have never actually seen. I don't think I've ever seen a wagon being pulled this early in the game, at least. I mean, we do have an instance I remember in Rohan that involves a pulled wagon. I don't think they had such tech when they did Bree, or when they even revamped Bree. Now let's handle what do we got here? Oh, deed. Oh, and the deed bestowed is the Shadow of Angmar. So I just had to complete the first 8 books of the epic storyline. Oh, that's right. Bree. The home of little graphic glitches. But at least the screen didn't go blank from the glitching like it did one time. Now let's go to... there are several choices of what I could do. One is to go back to the... Speaking of blank, now that's what you call terra incognita. Oh, this is getting bad. Alright, so now I have things. First I have to take care of north, and then I also have to take care of south, where I need to return when I get a visible screen again. Alright, I'm visible again, and everything looks nice and neat, and it looks like my computer's caught up with whatever's happening. And no, I still don't know what causes all that. Whatever it is, it must be something related to Fratsy, because I've never had that happen to me except when I'm recording. Maybe I do need to get that SSD back up. Alright, now for Ceradan. Ceradan, where are you? Okay, there's your horse. Oh, he must be inside his cabin. Oh, there you are. Ooh, I knew your rangers were good at hiding, but that's getting ridiculous. Now, we do have this... Alright, you can send me to him, but for now, you want me to take care of Hankstaser Farm first. Oh yes, I had forgotten about that. Did I get all my bears? I guess I'll find out. Yeah, I got all the bears I needed. So I'm going to remove that from my quest log, but what I will add will be some of my Breeland quests, the Boars quest, the Wolves quest, oh yeah, that Revenge quest, we'll be doing the dead spiral. I didn't turn that quest in. Ew, that was silly of me because I had completed it and I didn't bother turning in that quest. Well, that was really, really silly, especially since I was right next to the quest giver there. Fled to the south, I don't need. When I get into the Great Barrels, I will, and not the Great Barrels, the Barrel Downs, I will do that a lot more. So Hankstaser Farm, we want that back on. That will do for now. And I should take care of any pigs that I see. Since that is the... I need 2 more wolves. And 3 more boars. And as I said before, they're using boars as the species name so that sounds good out. Now this is where we have a large population, starting to get to the area with the large population of wolves. So if you need to go wolf hunting, this is where you go. Not that there aren't other places for wolves. But a real nice place if you're a hobbit looking to take care of your wolf deeds. And there's the last of the pigs. Then I could turn in these animal hunting ones. Then I can go over to Hankstaser Farm. Oh, now I find pigs all over the place. And we want to turn these in. I suppose I could have gone after Red Reaver. But I could do that next. Let's over the fence. Maybe I should have jumped over the fence with the horse first. Alright. Very well, I took care of the wolves.
Greetings.
It's good to know that the number of wolves has been reduced. Still, these hills seem to be crawling with wildlife, not usually seen this close to inhabited land. There must be something that has them all spooked. Yes.
What can I do for you?
Good. The fewer boars milling about, there will be more opportunity to feed the animals, and that will move on to the work site soon. Alright. Finally, the bears.
Greetings.
You did well, and I did make a promise to offer to pay, but I cannot say that I am willing to bring the horses here yet. Look around you. See them out there. Bears. I truly think that they are the greatest threat to face in Greenland. Surely I do. Alright. So, he's also a traveling vendor. But I think I don't know why I need... Gave me the...
What do you need?
Why in the world did you give me those really level 10 or level 5 potions actually? Alright. Now, we've got Red Reaver to take care of and Hankstaser Farm. Now I'm going to make it to Hankstaser Farm. I guess that would be the good one to go to first, since that is up here. And maybe I should see about the dailies there right now. And see if there are any new ones up there that we haven't seen before. the hill. I think the last couple of times I took you here, I just got here faster rather than actually traveling to it. Now these gates here that you see there are part of a race course too, or more like a time trial for a level 20 quest for VIPs can do if they don't already have the riding skill. It's horses for hire.
Stay a moment.
Hello there. If you hear about our horses, I'm afraid we don't loan them out to just anyone. Well, I've got one I bought here. These horses are built for speed, not heavy labor. In fact, that reminds me of something. A dwarf came to the farm and requested some horses. Not sure what he intended to do with them, but by the looks of him, he needed some pack animals. I told him that our horses weren't for hire, and he left in a huff. Seemed a bit peculiar. He did not seem quite right in his head. If you have time, please, perhaps you can check up on the old fellow. I saw him wander off to the ruins to the southeast of here. Now, unfortunately, his quest bubbles don't show up very well.
What do you need?
Orcs? You sound like that foolish dwarf who was here not long ago. I will tell you the same thing that I told him. Talk to my farmhand Cam Applewood. I just talked to Cam Applewood. He is the one spreading hay over... Oh, yeah, right.
What can I do for you?
Are you here about our horses? That's the ultimate in getting things in the wrong order.
Goodness, could you help me with something?
I swear, I seen it. I thought the neighborhood say that I'm off my head. I was in the far north in the far Chetwood near Nenharn. All alone, of course, but I saw something moving through the trees. No, that's not quite right. It appeared to me that the trees themselves was moving. Something big and terrible is in the woods, and I'm afraid of what it might be. There's a group of hunters who make their camp at the west edge of Nenharn. I was up there delivering the missus' supper, snapper soup, when I got me a bit of lost, and then I saw it. When I found them, I told them what I had seen, and I wonder if you could ask Walt Whitrose if he's seen the same. And that's to head over into Nenharn, which might be a little while before I do that. Now about this thing. Alright, proving your quality. This is the level...
Might I take a moment of your time?
You believe you are prepared for riding, carrying, and training our mount? We shall see. We shall... This is a level 20 quest where you gain the riding skill. Of course, I already have the riding skill, so it's sort of a silly point to do right now. I know, though. I will end the episode doing it just to show you how it works. If you're ever a VIP and can wait till level 20 before getting your riding skill,
Would you do something for me?
then you've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to ride around the place. You should do this quest with the Blood Bay because it's so close. Probably because I also have a large number of characters that like using Blood Bays. So that's the second gate. So it tells you which gate you've last gone through and how much time you've got left. I just have to remember how the quest runs, and you just do a circle around the farm. This is a little bit of an easier course than you have for the racetrack for the festivals. Now, you can go around this rock, but I tend to jump over that log right there. I always get worried about going the wrong way and running into water instead, because that's my usual... that quest ring is for that dwarf we're supposed to be looking for. And we go all the way around. So it's a nice little circle. A couple of fences to jump. It's not too difficult. Now, this is the real tricky part, because you have that pond right there. So I always go around like that. And there's another pond. I always foul up on the ponds. So therefore my best way of handling the ponds is to go the other way around. After having failed this one enough times by falling in the water, I try to avoid it completely. And the other thing to be careful of is it's not over until you talk to until you talk to him.
What can I do for you?
Finished now. Well done. You possess more skill than I thought. La 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 la. And I don't know how you're supposed to read the quest text when you got this timer telling you if you don't hit end soon, you could fail the quest completely, even though you're right here talking to him. But that is proving your quality, which is the quest that I used to do with all my level 20 characters before I got the journeyman writing trait. And that will actually, let's see what quest he has. Herding in the North Downs and feed for the horses. I think I already showed you the North Downs ones. So I'll just do
Would you
the
do something for me?
feed one, and that just goes around here collecting feed, similar to what we did in back in Combe when we first did it. In this case, so we seem to have a higher percentage that are actually grain instead of moldy. Well, we do have some moldy ones on occasion. So apparently Aegar keeps a better percentage of good grain around. And this is actually the easiest one of the entire lot, because you just collect 3 bags of grain and bring it back to Aegar. Nothing can be easier. And so therefore, feed the horses.
Greetings.
And we are done. And I guess he's level 20. Yep, level 20 minstrel, just getting his riding skill. Now deciding on a horse. And that concludes our episode for today. So return tomorrow for our next episode of Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper, where we will try to do some of the quests that we have in this area. Maybe help this dwarf here, because this dwarf is going to be asking us in order to head off in order to kill some orcs, and when we kill those orcs, we might as well take care of Mr. Red Rover, or whatever his name is. And until then, this is Pineleaf Needles, and good day.